Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host Cronus, and it's just me because apparently there was an executive order from our new president, and we lost budget, and it's just Cronus. Everybody else got fired. I'm just kidding, but they're really not going to be here. It really is just going to be me. So yeah, they all had stuff to do, and I know Prodigy was working kind of late, so you just get me. I want to make sure we get some content out this week. So yeah, hey, this week has been kind of fucking crazy. I don't know if you noticed. I've been having a hard time keeping my personal peace because of all the stuff that happened, 2 days ago? Today is January 22nd, 2025, 2 days after President Trump, now President Trump officially, once again, uh, took on his presidency. So, yeah, and he went pretty ham. If you don't know what ham means, hard as a motherfucker with executive actions. I'm pretty sure his pen got tired from signing so many executive actions. I've been trying not to pay attention to too many of them at one time because, like I said, 2025, my mantra is just peace. But some of them crept their way through. But before we get to anything else, listener of the week, once again, is Zor. Thank you very much, fam. First in the live chat, nobody yet. So, yeah, where to start? Like I said, this week has been interesting. Most of the news has been, U.S. related with Trump, but I don't want to start with that because it's kind of depressing, to be honest. So I'll talk about one of the coolest things that I've done. I won't say the coolest things, but I started playing a new game, and I started playing. Hold on, Astrobot. Oh my laptop is tripping. There we go. All right. So I want to talk about Astrobot first. Um, Actually, hold on. I guess I got to talk about it second. So Mile High Blurred is the first to chat, and he said, "Yeah, it's wild out here. His son's school was sent a notice to parents about possible ICE raids at public schools. So that's immigration and customs enforcement for y'all that are outside the United States or just don't know what the fuck ICE stands for. So, and I'm pretty sure Mile High Blurred is in Colorado. So that's yeah, yeah, that's crazy. I literally live 7 miles from Mexico, and I don't know what's going to happen if ICE decides to do some enforcement down here in Southern California. It'd be a pretty significant hit to our economy. So they a lot of folks cross the border just to work. Like they go back and forth to work every day, and it'd be pretty easy for anybody to just kind of get caught up in that sweeping, you know, deporting. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's very well thought through. I think sending troops down to the border is kind of a waste of money. They say we have open borders, but why the fuck do we have checkpoints? like we literally have we have walls, some in most places. We have border crossing areas that are the legal ones. The places where we generally don't have a wall, which I don't think is too terribly effective anyway, but where we don't have them is places where there's nothing around that for like hundreds of miles. And the more walls that we build closer to those areas, it forces people to funnel into those areas. And a lot of people die out in the desert because they can't do a crossing near where normal people would cross or anywhere near civilization. So there's a really good episode on Radiolab. I forget what it's called, but they did a whole segment on, I think it was a whole episode on border crossings, illegal border crossings in America, and one of them was what happens to a body when they cross the border in the desert in like say Arizona, and they happen to die out there in like the desert, and they did a test, and basically a whole body would be gone in like less than 24 hours. So they have no idea how many people are actually dying out in the desert because carrion eaters come out there and just eat the bodies, and there's nothing left of like the clothes. So it's pretty crazy. So for everybody that's out there that's affected by this, which is probably going to be most people. I mean, if you don't know an immigrant in your life, I don't know. That's weird to me. But obviously, I live in California, so I know plenty of immigrants. I grew up in in the Bay Area where there's just a mix of people, and most of them were immigrants to America. So this lockdown, um, and this ICE enforcement is depressing, to be honest. So um, do what you need to do to keep your own personal peace. I don't know how you would do that. I don't know. I started meditating and shit, so that helps me out. And I do jujitsu, so I mean it helps. Hopefully, listen to this podcast can help you out a little bit, but I don't know. So um, anyway, I'll probably delve back into that in a few minutes, but want to talk about something else for a minute, so I don't make this whole episode just like depressing. I started playing Astrobot, which was hard segue, but the game is actually amazing. I can see why it got Game of the Year last year. For y'all that haven't played it and you have a PS5, I would highly recommend it. It's they basically, I don't want to say they outdid Mario, but it's at least as good as Mario games. And if you're a PlayStation fan, it's just full of Easter eggs and shit. Like literally in the beginning of the game, you're flying around with a bunch of bots, and they're inside of a. Oh, that's right. It's just me. Maybe I need somebody else to join. Who's in the chat right now? Besides Mile High Blurred, who else is in the chat? Please comment. You're flying around in a PS5, and an alien crash lands you on a planet, and you have to like basically get all your. They crash land you in like a new, like universe or whatever. So you have to go to like different galaxies to like collect bots, and on like the main planet, you have to pick up. You have to get the parts to rebuild your PS5 so you can fly again. And you fly around in a PS5 controller to like get around. And when you go and find your little bots, you actually put the bots. Oh shit, Lando's on. What's going on, man? Oh, that's right, because I guess you're done with jiu-jitsu for the night. So cool. Welcome, fam. Anyway, when you collect your bots, they actually go inside the controller, and you you fly the controller back to where the PS5 is, and you rebuild and all that stuff. And it's a really cool platformer. I've 2 bosses now, and they're vastly different. And it's fun. It's fun going out there and finding all the little bots. And then the cool thing is like after you beat a level and you haven't found like all the the secrets, you can go back into the old level, and then it gives you like an option to like use like this little like bird that'll help you find all the other collectibles. So that's pretty neat. So if you want to get a platinum for that game, it makes it pretty accessible. So, or if you just want to find it all by yourself, you don't have to use a little bird thing. You can just kind of go around. There's one place where I know there's a bot that I know where it's at, but I can't get to it. It's kind of stupid, so I'll have to figure it out. Sorry about the back issues, Lando. I know that shit sucks, man. I've had back issues and neck issues, and yeah, you get laid up for a minute. Take a sip here. What else has been going on besides Astrobot? I've been kind of rearranging my house, which has been kind of nice. I guess I'll stick around for a little while, but if I should be able to refinance soon and stick around here for a little bit longer. But I do want to get into a detached home sometime later on this year. That'd be nice. That way I can hopefully build a new infinity base in the backyard again. That'd be cool to like build my own building again and have like my own little podcast studio instead of having it like inside the house. I mean, it's cool to have it inside the house, but having it away from the house and like being able to be like loud, even though I live alone now pretty much, it doesn't really matter, but I can't play loud music because I live in a townhouse and I don't want to play music too loud and be a bad neighbor. All right. The book club thing, I updated the website. I have the pages hidden for right now. I actually didn't know that Benhab Productions was down for like almost a year because I changed my credit card and I didn't see the notification that it got declined because I have a new debit card. Sorry, and yeah, it's been down since like May. So anyway, it's back up now. I took some stuff out. I'm rearranging the website, and I'm building out the book club website. I should have it done in like another week or so. I have the part about at least the book club down. I'm going to go through how many books I've gone through this year. I've completed my fourth book for the fourth week of this year. I just read or listened to a book called, oh, now I'm blanking on it. It's called The Gateway, I believe. Pretty sure it's called The Gateway. Yeah, it's called just called Gateway by Frederick Pohl, and it's kind of a classic sci-fi book from like 1977. It's really cool if you're a fan of like kind of old school like Isaac Asimov books, or kind of Frank. Well, I would probably say more Asimov than anybody. Um, Check the book out. It's really good. It's also interesting how like technology back in 77, like, so in this book they're out like they're doing like spacefaring missions, but they always talk about taking pictures of everything instead of like actually taking a video, which is kind of funny because it's like, why wouldn't you just take a video? But I live in 2025, which is, I want to say 1977 was a long time ago, but that's 2 years before I was born. So, you know, I guess it, I guess it was kind of a long time ago. But they had video back then. But I guess it would have been hard to conceive that everything would be capable of taking videos back in 1977. I mean, should we carry on a phone literally in our pockets everywhere, which could be, if you told somebody back in like 77 that you carried a phone, that you carried a camera with you everywhere and a tiny computer, they'd be like, what? That wouldn't even make sense. But it's true. So yeah, still working on the books. The Land is the first one. I know Blue finally finished. The Dark Forest, which is, it's called, people call it Three Body Problem Book 2, but it's actually called the Remembrance of Earth trilogy. So Three Body Problem is just the first book. The next book is The Dark Forest, and I don't know what the next one is, but I'm going to read that one too. The Dark Forest is actually a really long audiobook. I think it's a pretty fat book too, because it was like 22 hours that I had to get through last week, as opposed to Gateway, which I started on Monday and I finished it this morning. So that was only like a little under, I think, 9 hours. So yeah, things that are under 10 hours are pretty easy to get through in like a couple of days. But when it gets into like the 20-hour range, or like a Brandon Sanderson type book, that takes a bit. Because there was like one Brandon Sanderson book that I read, I'm pretty sure it was like 45 hours, and that's a grip. That's a very long book. It was a compelling book. It's just long, and he has like a gajillion characters in it that you have to remember. So, yeah, definitely listening to books is way easier for me than like physically reading them. Just to put things in perspective, I've been reading Chain Gang All Stars kind of on and off since last year. I want to say I've been reading it for like more than a month. I've been reading that one, but it's basically when I have time to sit down and like I'll go to like a restaurant or somewhere else, and sit down and actually read the book. Or when my youngest is doing gymnastics, I'll bring a book in my bag because I'll do jujitsu, and like right afterwards she has gymnastics, so I'll sit down and read the book while she's doing gymnastics. But lately she's been wanting me to participate in the class, so I haven't had a chance to like really sit down and read the book as much as I want to. It's a great book though, Chain Gang All Stars. It's about it's a book about in the near future, where people that do high crimes, like the R word or murder, you'll go to jail. You'll be put on a life sentence, but you'll have the option to participate in basically, it's kind of like the Running Man. So they implant they implant like a stick of metal into both of your forearms, it's ferrous material, so they would lock together to like keep you basically like handcuffs. Or they'll have certain pads that'll like lock your arms to the ground, and then they can make you they can also induce pain in you. So if they want you to be quiet, they'll turn this thing on. So if you speak anything, or even if you scream, it'll basically like electrocute you. And what they do is they put you in this thing called the Chain Gang All Stars, and it's basically it's basically death matches. And if you win all your matches, you get to be freed, what's called high freed. And if you get killed, that's what they call low freed, which is kind of messed up. But the main character in her first match, she goes up against somebody who is it's her last match to get freed. And in the game, you get these things called blood points, where you can like buy weapons and like have a better living condition while you're not fighting, and it's all televised. So they televise all this stuff. It's and in the first match, the first day this lady has, she has to go up against like the person who's like a badass. She's a colossal, and that's like the highest rank you can have, and she's a badass, and it's her last fight until she gets freed. And this person, the new person, kills her, and so that's how the book starts. And it's a really interesting book that has to do with like basically slavery and death matches and corporal punishment, and it's pretty messed up. And yeah, and men go up against women, and like the main character, her weapon is a hammer. So and another character's weapon is a scythe, like the straight up Reaper of Death. It's pretty crazy, but I love the book so far. I just got to be able to sit down and actually finish the book. I think one day I'm just gonna sit down because I'm like more than halfway done. I can finish it probably in a day. I just got to sit down and do it. I've been doing other stuff. Let's see. He's got. Lando has a six and a half hour drive coming up, and he's going to read the Land book too. So yeah, any suggestions on a book to listen to? That'll be about 12 hours. What's a good like 12-hour ish book to read? Let me just go through my books real quick, and I'll tell you as I talk on the podcast, because I can actually tell you how long they are by just looking at them. I want to say is Cradle. Well, Chain Gang All Stars is 13 hours and 49 minutes, which I also have downloaded. I just wanted to buy it to make sure that I had it. A lot of these are finished books. Let's see. The Parable of the Sower is a 12-hour book. It's almost exactly 12 hours. It's another post-apocalyptic book about what would happen after like an apocalypse in LA. Basically, they had a really bad fire, and nothing really comes back. And it's like there's someone that's basically like Trump that kind of mismanages all of America and like fucks it all up, and this person just has to survive, trying to get to and from places. But it's a good book, but probably not. Oh, here we go. Infected by Scott Sigler. Let me make sure that's the first book. Let me see title details. This is this the first one? Series just Infected. I'm pretty sure the first one is called Infected. What's the next one? Yeah, book one. So listen to Infected by Scott Sigler. His last name is spelled Sigler. It is a fantastic book. Funny story. Scott Sigler was recommended to me by the guy that wrote Dungeon Crawler Carl. So I actually hit up Dungeon Crawler Carl, or the guy who wrote it. What's the guy's name? Give me a second, I'll tell you. It should be off the top of my head because one of my favorite book series. Give me a sec. Matt Dinniman. So Matt Dinniman has a really, really, really fucked up book called Kaiju Battle Surgeon, which is like one of the most disturbing books that I ever read. So it's really messed up. And so I was asking Matt on Twitter, what would he recommend for like a new book for me to read? And he recommended Scott Sigler, a book by him. And it was not the Infected series. It was one called, it was something about, it was in space. Scott Sigler. And this guy, Scott Sigler, actually has a podcast too. So he actually does some of his books through podcasts, and he talks about his books in podcasts. I haven't like listened to his podcast, but he's a really interesting guy. The first book that I read by him or listened to is called The Crypt Shakedown, which is a very disturbing book. It's basically like, it's kind of like, I want to say The Hunt for Red October, sort of. It's basically like a submarine sort of like book, but it's in space. And every time they have to go like across a vast distance or like go into stealth mode, they basically open up a dimension into hell, and then some people on the ship will go fucking crazy. So yeah, the book is really messed up. And Scott Sigler, he's got a very interesting and messed up mind, which you'll see when you read Infected. It's actually another book that I recommended to Blue, which he read and he liked it too. He finished the whole series. It's a 3-part series. So, and you'll know if you like it or not from the first book, whether or not you want to finish the rest of the books. Like I said, just warning that it's graphic and it's messed up. So, but it's enjoyable. It's about an alien invasion. So, there you go. All right. That was a lot about books, but it's all right because I read a lot of books. So, I'm gonna try to get back into comic books again because, like I said, I want to get through my literal deluge of boxes that are just full of comics that I have not read yet. I found some other because I need to find like all the weeks of books that I have because I get them 2 weeks at a time, and I just stopped getting them 2 weeks at a time, sort of recently because Blue's asking no cast tonight. Hold on, I thought he was out. All right, so Blue might come on. I thought he was out. I guess I misunderstood what he mentioned earlier. Um, so I guess it was just Old Ninja and Prodigy that were out. All right, so shortly Blue should join, and then we will chop it up. Anyway, back to comics. So yeah, I want to get through my comic backlog finally. My daughter really likes to read graphic novels, and she reads them in Espanol too. So I think we'll spend some time every week just sitting down where she can catch up on some of her graphic novels, and I can catch up on my comic books, and everything will be right in the world. I'm kidding, nothing will be right in the world because Trump is still president. Um, but we recently went to one of our local libraries. There's one in Bonita, California, which is actually really nice. It's actually right down the street from my jujitsu gym, so it was perfect. We went by there on Saturday, and actually met up with Prodigy and his family, and we got some books. She got a couple of chapter books and a bunch of graphic novels. So, yeah, I'm glad that she could do that. I forgot how cool that libraries are. So if y'all want to get into reading, or if you're already into reading and you want to save a couple of bucks, the library's free. I mean, you already pay for it, so it's not free, but your tax dollars pay for it. So why not use it? I mean, it's a service that you pay for, so use it. And I know that Blue has mentioned this before on the podcast, but libraries have really evolved over time. I remember back when I was a kid, they started putting in computers and you get on the internet and all that stuff. That's obviously still a thing. You can use computers at libraries, but now you can check out Blu-rays and DVDs. You can actually get audiobooks from there, so you can get CDs to listen to audiobooks. That's part of their service that you already pay for in your tax dollars again. And you can also use some of the online services like Libby, so you can check out digital books and get audiobooks through Libby. Excuse me, which is amazing. And you can also there's a few other services you can get for free too, from libraries that are digital services and things that are outside of the actual library. So if you haven't been to a library in a minute, I mean, go to a library, check out some books. I mean, I'll give you endless recommendations of stuff that I like, and hopefully it'll be stuff that you like. But books are amazing, especially in this day and age where I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast, but there's been a huge decline on readership in America, especially. People are just leaving reading behind, and I think that reading is one of those things. I think it makes you kind of a better person, to be honest with you, if you read, even if it's just like, it almost doesn't even matter what you read. It expands your horizons for stuff, and eventually you'll reach out to new and different genres, new and different kinds of books. You'll find your favorite authors. You'll find groups of like-minded people that like books like you do and like I do. Maybe you start a book club that's more successful than me, where you actually start on time. I'm just saying, you could do that. So, I've read some books. There's only been like one book that I think I haven't finished, and it was this book called The Blood Meridian, and it was just a terrible book about like basically the sort of colonization of America, and kind of like these cowboy type people, just being ruthless with the natives here. And I didn't like it because it was like really from like a super white point of view of just like every single shot that the main all the white people made were like headshots, and like all the the natives here were just like kind of dumb and just like couldn't use their weapons right. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Like I just couldn't finish it, man. I finished Thomas Sowell books, and I don't even like that motherfucker. So, and I finished one of his books. I finished a Court of Thorns and Roses, which is a romance book that's straight up literature. But I read it. Honestly, I thought it'd be more graphic, and it wasn't. So that's why I didn't. I kind of stopped. It just didn't seem that interesting. Maybe I got to read more of them. I don't know. But I keep my mind open as far as like book genres go, and I also read a whole bunch of just like historical books and stuff about civil rights, because there's so many things that have been uh, hidden in history from all of us. So yeah, Harrison Ford is the president. Oh, okay. Warrior Fella is talking about Harrison Ford being the president. Well, he is in a movie, so yeah, he's also the Red Hulk. So in uh, Captain America: Brave New World, which used to be called New World Order. Did y'all remember? Did y'all realize that? They did like kind of a switch there? This is really a thing, I'm pretty sure. This wasn't like I'm making this up. I'm pretty sure it was originally called New World Order, New World Order, and they changed it to Brave New World, which is kind of interesting. But given the times, I guess not. Also, a couple weeks ago, Prodigy talked about bringing back Wolfenstein. Given what Elon Musk just did on national television, yeah, I'm 100%. We need a Wolfenstein. Bethesda, please God, do a Wolfenstein and make a parody character of Elon Musk so I can shoot him in his face in make believe land and not in real life. I don't want to kill the guy. He's just, how the fuck do you mistake? How do you mistake that hand gesture as anything? Like, if you want to say you're throwing your heart out, why would you throw it in that manner? In like he did a Nazi salute. If y'all were not aware of this, he did a straight up Nazi salute, and then people were trying to say, "Oh, he was doing the Roman salute." No, motherfucker, that is not a Roman salute. All right, I have never seen a single Roman do that salute. You know what I have seen? Thousands, if not millions, of Nazis that deservedly got shot in the fucking face doing that salute. Nobody knows that as a Roman salute. So don't sit there and try to make shit up. Don't sit there and be like, "Oh, he's got Asperger's. He doesn't know." Get the fuck out of here. I knew a dude that had super Asperger's. You know what? He wasn't racist. He was annoying, but he wasn't racist. So, yeah, and he was just annoying because I didn't know like what that was back then. Now I know what it is. After he explained it, I've matured. But that's not. Don't excuse his racist ass Nazi salute for anything other than this dude just being a straight up racist. I mean, like, has he come out and apologized, even addressed it? No. So, I mean, come on. It's just, it's amazing to me the amount of hoops that these people will just jump through to cover all this up. And I honestly, I'm astonished that the Anti-Defamation League has just let this slide. I mean, you put on a Palestinian flag, and people are all up in arms, ADLs all over your ass. But you throw a literal Nazi salute up on national television. Oh, well, depends on the context. Just we don't know. We don't know what he meant. Nobody throws like that. Nobody throws like that. Anyway, chilling. I gotta think. Is there a good book that I've read about like World War II? I don't think so, but there's a good I'm pretty sure there's a podcast. What was it called? Hardcore History has a series on World War II, I believe. He should, that's a really great podcast if you want to learn more about history. And there's another new historical podcast that came up. I forget what it's called, but it's the number one new one that came out sort of recently. Hold on, I got to rearrange my desk here. It is called. Okay, here we go. Blue is jumping on, so you can save me, so I can stop saying ums and uhs and just typing away. Um, sorry, that was the noise that it makes on my. The rest is history, which is highly recommended. I haven't listened to it yet, but I heard it's really good. But Dan Carlin's Hardcore History I used to listen to all the time. Let me mute this website. Um. So yeah, that's I'm just waiting on Blue to hop on so we can catch up a little bit here. Um. Oh, I had to get a new mouth guard. Oh, let me talk about jujitsu just for a minute. Um, I'm pretty sure I broke my toe in jujitsu, but it's the toe that's not even that important. So yeah, it's slowly turning purple and now maybe black. Um, so yeah, I popped it when I was rolling, and adrenaline goes a long way. And then when I got home, I was like, this is kind of sus. And as long as I don't step on it like the wrong way, it's okay. Like I can walk around, but I went to put my shoes on earlier today, and my toe went the wrong way, and it hurt a lot. So I won't be doing any stand up in jujitsu. I don't think this week at least, because I can't grip with my toes right now because I use my toes for like gripping, like the ground, which is weird because it probably doesn't make sense to anybody. But yeah, you can grip the ground with your feet. So and then it's funny because like before that, I popped my toe with a black belt, trying to get a submission. And then right before that, I rolled with his daughter, who kneed me right in the fucking face, right in the mouth. So yeah, she's also my daughter's gymnastics coach. So yeah, I bring that up because I lost my goddamn mouth guard about a month ago, and I finally ordered a new one. One of the ones where they send you like the kit at home where you have to like put the putty stuff in your mouth and like hold it in there. And I fucked up the mold twice now, so have them send me new putty to so I can get a new mouth guard. And it's going to be like a custom mouth guard with like a cool. It'll have like a line in the front. It'll look pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not used to not having a mouth guard. I've had one for like 10 years. Got it from the dentist, and I usually use it to protect my teeth from like cutting up the inside of my mouth because apparently I taste delicious and I love just fucking up the whole inside of my mouth with my teeth when I'm rolling. So yeah, um, so I had a pretty good cut on my lip right here. It's healing pretty good. Probably can't even tell right now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually getting that mouth guard mold right and getting a new mouth guard. It also helps against getting strangled. So if you're all doing jujitsu, get a mouth guard because sometimes you can just bite down on your mouth guard um, and kind of just eat a submission. So it works. I've done it plenty of times where I just bite down and just be like a turtle and squish my head down in my neck, and hopefully I don't run out of oxygen to my brain because I like. There we go. Hey, Blue. Oh, we got to give him a second. There we go. Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Hey, good to see you. Yeah, Party of Cronus. I thought you were doing something tonight. That's why I didn't even hit you up. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. They don't walk around for very long. Yeah. They got tiny legs. Uh, yeah. So how's your night going, man? Oh, look at you with your old ass legs. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. You ever been? Oh, they said they can't hear you. Hold on. I can. Yes. Oh, that's my music. Hold on. No, I know what happened. Hold on. This is I know what happened. Just give me 1 second. that means that nothing is coming through right now. And boom. Talk now.
Okay, testing.
There we go.
Okay.
Now I can see the thing going up. Yeah, for some reason today when I plugged in my microphone and I started the program, uh, it got to the thing where it just like flipped around all the like what the actual input is to like some weird like hex symbol
The
code.
heck?
Yeah, it's like it's weird.
You got Elon Musk.
Yeah, heard I was talking shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna fix that. My neural implant that I have in my head.
Oh man. So anyway,
You co-
say where you were going because that probably was all lost.
oh yeah, so if you didn't hear, I just went to the Glofari at the Oakland Zoo, which was a lot of fun. It was pretty spectacular. I was overwhelmed. Like Great America has something similar that they do for the wintertime. It's called like the Winterfest or something like that. And that one was very underwhelming, but this was very overwhelming. It was very, very pretty. And my son had a really good time, which was cool. But that's the reason why I am a little late to the podcast. But I didn't
Well,
really think I would be able to make it.
no, I'm glad you're here because I can only talk by myself for so long without being prepared. So
Yeah.
yeah. um,
What
yeah,
can we go into first?
yeah. So I talked about some of the Trump stuff. We talked about libraries. Talked about some books. Oh, tell me what you thought about Dark Forest. We can actually talk about it.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just finished it today. So if you didn't know, like you can a lot of libraries have like online services where you can download audiobooks. Like there's a digital copy of books, there's like music, there's movies and stuff you can like stream through your local library. There's like I think there's like at least four different sources they use, but I use for my audiobooks, I use either what was it called? Libby is one of them, and the other one is Hoopla. Hoopla's another one. But yeah, like they had the three body problems series on there, so
It's
they have
hold
the
on.
third one.
It's called The Remembrance of Earth.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what the series is called, right?
Yeah.
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 What like cause okay, so yeah, I just finished. I finished two, which is the Dark Forest. But like when you check out the book, you get it for 21 days, and this book was long. It was 20 something hours, and usually on the weekends I'm always busy, so I don't have a chance to really listen to the audiobook. So I actually had to listen to it in like 1.5 speed, so I could finish the book in time, which I barely
Damn.
did because today was the last day.
Holy shit.
But yeah. Overall, I mean the book ended really really well. I thought it was pretty cool how it ended. But man, the beginning was I know you said it too, but yeah, the beginning was kind of slow. Like I kind of was lost. Like I was kind of confused what was going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say it again, but it's like just the names of the people were weird for
Yeah.
me because it's like they're super Chinese names, and obviously
Yeah.
this is like the American in me coming out because it was hard for me to like really remember like to keep track of the names except for like the sort of main character and like the cop guy,
Yeah.
for a while, and it just got. But then I got kind of used to it, so
Yeah, but
yeah,
then it would jump between characters, and I think that's probably since I didn't recognize the names that what made it really hard. But like yeah, when it would jump between characters, so they had these people called what's it, wall facers, right?
yeah, wall facers.
Oh yeah, they had these people who were declared to be wall facers, and basically I guess it's like an ancient like Chinese like thing where people would literally just face a wall and just focus on like one task or whatever, like mentally. And yeah, there was like five wall facers,
I
and
think
like
there
they
was
kept
four.
jumping around. Or four, yeah,
Yeah,
they
four.
kept jumping around between them, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Like I kept getting confused, but overall, like once you really understood what's going on, it actually got really interesting.
Yeah, the whole like if y'all ever read the book, there's this thing called a teardrop, and it was just like, God, it's the most
Oh
terrifying thing.
yeah,
Like, I was like,
yeah.
bro,
So it's like it's basically a teardrop about this. I can't. Did they say what size it was? It was pretty big, right?
it was pretty big, but it wasn't like as big as like a starship, but it was like,
Yeah,
but they said it was like
I
around
think it said it
uh,
was the size of a
10
truck.
tons. Yeah, size of a truck. It was like 10 tons,
Yeah,
which is not, I mean, the size of a truck when it comes to space is fucking like an atom,
yeah.
you know?
But this thing was like it was like mirror, like it had no like it was like a perfect surface because they use like a microscope to like try to see if there's like because you know if it was a microscope you can look at something that looks flat but then you can see all the ridges and stuff once you get like look deeper inside. but this thing was like perfectly smooth to like a million magnification, which was like impossible. But
Yeah.
apparently these aliens could do it because they're light ahead of us. But yeah, this little teardrop was was basically a Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Like people thought it was like, oh, it's a sign that they want to be friends. You know, this is a sign of beauty. Like they even gave it like some kind of goddess name or
Yeah.
something at one time. But yeah, it was a fucking devil in disguise because it wrecked shit.
It was a fucking bullet with a brain.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And like it didn't have any like propulsion. Like it literally was like it looks like the what I imagine is what was it like a root what is it called? That when you drop glass, like melting glass into water, and it turns into like a teardrop shape.
Yeah.
But it's like one of the strongest like materials or whatever, and like the head of it's strong, but the tip of it will shatter it right away. I can't remember what they're called. Like I can't get a name. But yeah, that's what I pictured. And yeah, this thing just it was like Yandu's arrow. Like it just dripped around, just destroying, just murdering America or the Earth's like space fleet. It's like that was like 13 minutes. It destroyed all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like their whole.
Yeah.
It was like 1,000 ships.
Yeah,
it was just like
just
just certain one object. That was it.
Yeah.
Just destroy the whole. And they thought they were all advanced.
Yeah, they thought like, oh, we got
Yeah.
this, we got this. Like no,
No.
and they couldn't even see it. Like,
Yeah.
like only way they were able to find it was because somebody said that like the warships are fighting on each other because every time one would blow up, like the next one would blow up, and they thought they were shooting at each other, but like they couldn't see it because it was moving so fast, and plus like it's space. Like
Well, they were shooting at each other because what would happen is like the teardrop thing would like tear through a ship like kind of sideways, and then it would cause like debris to fly out, and so the other ships would like they had automatic defenses, so it would like defend against the debris that was coming at them. So it looked like they were firing on the ships.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, but then what's crazy is that they thought it was going to attack the Earth, but it like went toward the sun, and basically because the way that they originally reach out to these aliens, somebody sends a signal to the sun where it will bounce off the sun and like go off into space, kind of boosting basically amplifying the signal. And basically what the aliens did is they sent that teardrop to basically block communication from the Earth, so they couldn't like send for help, which they didn't realize they could do until like the end. That's kind of a bit of a spoiler.
No, actually, the guy did know. That was the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Because for a second, I kind of forgot what the whole casting the spell was.
Yeah.
Until like towards the end, I was like, oh, that's right. That's what it is.
He basically just
But,
did like he did. It wasn't an SOS. He just gave like coordinates to like a star that was like not our star or their star, and he wanted to see what would happen. And then like once he did that, like years later, the fucking whole solar system that the star was attached to just got wiped out.
Yeah, which was crazy because I was like it took me a while to understand exactly what's going on until like they mentioned like how you said the signal and had coordinates and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, so the whole dark forest thing is basically if you're in a forest and like say if you kind of say there's like something hunting you down and you basically send out a signal, like the first signal they know that you exist. If you send out another signal, then they can kind of track where you are, like general direction. And once you send a third signal, then they can really pinpoint where you were. And like that's what the whole kind of dark forest was, because you send a signal out into space, like something's gonna hear. But then also like what was it? I don't know how they mentioned how the whole either they're friendly or not, but most likely somebody will be not friendly.
Yeah. So basically, because everybody that's in like that's in the universe, they're scared. So like
Yeah.
if something is sending out a signal, it's like, well, what if they can kill us? So they'll just kill it automatically. So that's basically like the whole meaning of like the dark forest is that it stays dark because if somebody like lights up, then all the predators will immediately just like kill that one thing, and then just kind of go about their their
Go
existence.
about their day.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy about it too is they mentioned how like so like it was actually really well how they did it with the whole like cigarette lighters or the cigarettes, how like one entity will see another one and they realize that they're more advanced than that entity, but by that, so say entity 1 is like Earth, and Entity 2 is like aliens, and they're super high tech. Well, Entity 2 is high tech, and once one discovers that they're there, they might end up having basically a technology boom. So by the time Entity 2 gets to one it's so far advanced that they can kill two. So the whole premise is for two to try to kill one before they have a chance to advance in their technology, which was crazy.
And that's basically like the first book, Three Body Problem. That's what kind of that's all about. Is so like these people that are coming from, they're called Trisolarans. They're coming to Earth, but it's going to take them 400 years to get to us because they're like, they're over 4 light years away, and they can't fly faster than the speed of light because they haven't figured that out yet. So they know that we all know that they're coming, but like, what do we do? So some people have already like betrayed Earth and just like, oh, we'll just fuck it. We'll just give Earth to them because they're like, they're better than us anyway.
Yeah.
But the rest of Earth were just like, well, we need to like learn how to defend ourselves and like build our technologies to like help out and like to defeat them when they get here. But we can only use technology like so far because this alien race sent these two things called sophons that'll basically disrupt anything over like the quantum level for science. And they can see everything that we're doing.
Yeah, they have a freaking a microphone, not a microphone, but like a walkie-talkie. So anything that's spoken, written, any like information that's transferred, they can see it, hear it, understand it. So like that's the reason why they had the wall facers, because the wall facers literally would just think about ways to take out these aliens without telling anybody else, because if they did, the aliens would figure it out what's going on. Which the guy who figures it out at the end, who discovered the whole Dark Forest thing, like, dude, he was playing
3D chess. He was playing 3D chess.
Yeah, he was playing 3D chess. Yeah. Because I didn't, like, at the end, I thought, like, dude's just going to kill himself off. And that's how book 3 was going to start with the aliens coming.
Once he had the watch, like, I knew, like, what was happening.
I forgot about the watch.
I didn't, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the watch. But, like, yeah, he basically it was basically like, kill everybody, or what was it? He'll kill both species, basically kill off all humans, kill off all the aliens. Doesn't care. And basically the aliens was like, okay, sorry, like they kind of backed off.
He's like, chill. And he's like, I'm gonna chill, but you're gonna give us all this technology too. So
yeah, I got some demands.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool though, like how it ended. Like they kind of, I guess, had a bit of a peace treaty, and like they were able to work together and stuff like that. But
yeah, go ahead.
One thing I don't understand though is they kept sending a signal out into space. Like, I mean, you turn the light for the Dark Forest, like something. I'm assuming that maybe that's how the third book is going to go.
Oh, you're talking about the sun?
Maybe. Yeah, for them to be.
No, so what the signal was?
Oh, go ahead.
What the signal was doing from the teardrop, it was stopping all communication, so they couldn't reflect any signals off of the sun anymore.
Well, no, I was talking about once the Triceratops? No,
Trisolarans.
Yeah, Trisolarans. Once they came to Earth and like helped them build the radar thingy, weren't they still sending a signal out into space?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because remember how they were talking about how like, oh yeah, like the radio waves that sends out the signal creates like a rain cloud, and it always rain in that area because of it.
Oh yeah, but I forget what the actual signal was for though. I have to go back and read the last part of the book.
I mean, maybe they're still sending out a spell to maybe like deter people from like sending the wrong coordinates to people.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next book. It's a really good book. It's just, it's if you're like a new-ish reader, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you've got like some books underneath, especially like some good sci-fi books, then I recommend it, because it can be like kind of dry at the beginning, and then like it ramps up, and then there's also like the whole translation Chinese names things that can be kind of confusing at first. So
yeah, the first book was kind of action packed, like from beginning to end, where this one had kind of a slow burn in the beginning, and then like really heated up towards the end. Dude,
yeah, but the end was so good.
One of the things that I didn't like, I thought was weird, was how dude dreamt up a girl, and that detective guy was able to find her. Like he created an imaginary girlfriend, and somehow this. I mean, I know that the girl that they found was planted, and they ended up falling in love and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, that part was crazy.
Yeah, the guy he's just that good.
Yeah. Like it's literally that song from like the from '97, like I think it's called Savage Dragon singing the song where he talked about how he dreamt up you and here you are in real life or something like that. I can't think of how lyrics go, but yeah. But I was looking at the third book. Oh man, the third book is long. It's like 30 hours.
Oh shit! Like I was
It's
mentioning
too
on the
long.
like before you came on, I was like, there were some Brandon Sanderson books that are like 45 hours. So yeah,
Oh Jesus, yeah. Well, I think one of the Harry Potter books. I think the last one was pretty long. I think that was like 36 hours.
yeah, yeah.
If I'm
They're
not
up there.
mistaken. But then again, it was that had a lot of details in there, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a great book. So maybe we can get one of the book
Highly
clubs.
recommend it.
Yeah, maybe we can get a book club going on the first book.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost done with the land founding.
Okay, good because I
I'm
know.
like maybe 80% done with it.
Okay, because Lando, well, at least it was in the chat. He finished it, so I want to talk about it. Hopefully next week. If you finish it. So.
Cool.
All right. Did you watch Solo Leveling? Are you watching that? Or are you not?
I'm not, but I just finished. I just got caught up on Demon Slayer.
I'm not caught up on that. Yeah, I'm behind. I heard
Man,
it's really good.
man, oh man, oh man, the ending. Jesus Christ. Here, I don't want to spoil it, but have you seen any like snippets of anything from it?
I just saw there's like some crazy demon that has like these two crazy swords. It looks really cool. It's
Oh
supposed to
yeah,
be some
that's
dope
not
fight
even
scene.
that's not even the final one yet. But
I'll try and
yeah,
catch up. It's been hard because
dude,
I've been
it's
watching.
so good.
What did I watch? What was I watching? I watched Skeleton Crew, which is really good. I've been watching Squid Game season 2.
Oh
God
yeah,
damn!
haven't started with that yet. How
Oh
was
my,
it so far?
dude, it is so good. It's better than the first season, man.
Oh
They
shit,
had
really?
Song Il. That dude, he went from like kind of like happy-go-lucky guy to I'm gonna fucking murder everybody that did me wrong. Yeah,
That's the lead, right?
the lead guy. Yeah, I think it's Song Il. Is how you say his name, but it's he's just so angry with like the world, with like what happened to him and like everybody that died, and he's
Dude, I
just
mean,
go ahead.
he kind of technically saw like what, like 500 people die.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of
that might
people.
change you a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely a changed man, and yeah, he's just trying to get revenge and like trying to figure out a way to just you know get his revenge on everybody that had to do with the Squid Game. And like the first episode is kind of slow, and then the end is just like it goes fucking sideways so fast. It's like it's crazy. Like they do like this game is rock paper scissors -1. And I didn't know you could. I didn't know that was like a game. It was so basically you play rock paper scissors with two hands, and then so you do like two different, whatever, or you can do however you want. And then you go rock paper scissors, shoot, and then you shoot out the two things with your hands and put them on my hands like rock
Mhm.
and paper. And then you say -1, and you look at the other person's hands to see what they got, and they would take one away to try and win. And so
Mm.
basically, they're doing that in Russian roulette.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy, and like the acting is so good, and like the guy that does like the guy that first gets the main characters, I think it's Song Il, into like Squid Game. Remember the guy that like had the
Oh, yeah,
briefcase and the paper thing?
The paper thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's back, and he's a really fucking good actor, man. He's a really good actor, and just like the drama between like some of these characters, man, it's just like these guys can fucking act like really good.
I seen the clip of them playing the red light green light game again, which is what they did in the first one. And then the main guy is trying to help everybody out, and like they're like, "Oh, whatever, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy." And then like a girl gets stung by a bee, and like, then she gets stung by a bullet.
Jesus. So,
I saw that.
so they have that and bees. God damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's,
That is.
can
I
you
haven't got
imagine,
to
like,
that part yet.
damn, I got stung by a
Yeah.
bee, and bullet to the head.
I think that's because I'm on episode 3, so I think that's the next one up. Is probably because
Mm.
that's when he goes back into the games. So
Okay, sorry, I spoiled that for you, but
no. I knew that there was like I saw that scene, but I just didn't see the B part.
oh yeah, she gets stung by a bee. Like that's what. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been seeing nothing but good reviews about it. And first, the first one was like a game changer. Like it came out like mid-pandemic, right?
I think it
'Cause-
was like in 2020. It was like during the pandemic, which is because like or maybe it was 2021 because it was like right around the time of the writer strike. So I think it was
Oh
2020.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I remember like a lot of Asian movies and stuff were being released on
especially
Netflix because
especially Korean shows.
yeah, especially.
Let me see when the first one is.
Um, whoa. So if you Google Squid Game, there's a little doodle that pops up, which is kind of cool. Did you Google it?
I looked up season one, but yeah, it came out September 17th, 2021. So yeah, it was mid-pandemic, which people were still, yeah, at home.
Okay, so yeah, when you Google Squid Game, the little cookie thing comes up, the one with the different shapes.
Oh
Where
yeah,
they
I
had
do
to
see it.
scratch it out.
Yeah, I see a moon too.
Oh,
Oh,
and
no,
it
I
plays the
just see
music.
moons. I just see moons.
Whoa, it's a game. So if you
Are you looking on like?
wait,
Oh, I see it. Oh, what the fuck? It's at the bottom. Oh, whoa, shit. Sorry, hold on. I gotta turn this off. It's like playing on the thing. Yeah, I see it now.
oh, this is cool.
That is
It's
cool.
you play red light, green light with the character. Whoa, this is a lot. This is actually pretty fun.
There's a guy named
Oh,
Thanos in this. Oh, his name is Song Gi. That's his name. Pretty sure that's his name. Hold on.
okay. So when you're
Yeah.
playing the game, so you're playing red light, green light, and if your character keeps moving when she turns around, they don't get shot. They just like turn around and walk away, and they just slowly disappear. I want to see somebody get shot.
I want to see blood splatter. Well,
Yeah.
well, that guy is 52 years old.
Jesus.
The main
I
character.
don't know why I'm saying Jesus. That's like he's 6 years older than me. Soon to be 6 years older than me. I was gonna say, what did I? There's something. Oh, I started watching Harley Quinn on HBO because that season 5, I think, just dropped. I think it's season 5. Dude, this show is fucking hilarious. This is on my this is probably like my top 5 favorite DC animated series. Like, it's
what
so
season are
freaking
they
good.
on? What season are they on?
I think it's 5.
All right.
Season 5, and like Gotham has gone to hell. Batman is like not MIA, but he's not doing his Batman thing. Robin is dead. Like it's and Harley and what's her name? Harley and Poison Ivy decided to move to Metropolis to do not they haven't said what they're gonna do there yet, but like it's just freaking funny. Like Superman's all depressed because Lex's sister has like all these bots that's out there saving people's lives, so Superman's not really needed anymore. It's fucking funny. But yeah, if you haven't watched season 1, 2, or 3, definitely go back and watch season 1 and try to watch it on HBO Max because it's R-rated. It's like, is it R-rated or is it just PG-17? Not PG-17.
NC-7, not NC-17. NC-17 is like even worse than rated R.
Yeah. Let's see, what rating is it? Yeah, season 5 just dropped, and it is rated. Let me check IMDb. What is it rated? Oh yeah, it's rated TVMA. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
There's some nudity. It's very faint, but there's a lot of killing, a lot of blood splatter.
All right, where do you want to go next? I didn't really update the our document here as per the usual.
Did you talk about the because that was Sunday, right? The TikTok going dark.
No, I didn't go over that. Yeah, TikTok went offline for all of what, 10 hours? So
Yeah.
yeah, just like the whole
we're on crazy.
these tech companies just sucking up to Trump is just it's an amazing display of just greed and yeah, so basically if you were on TikTok on what was it, Saturday, it tells you when you logged in that basically TikTok's going to go offline the next day, unless President Trump does something, which is funny because at the time he wasn't even fucking president yet. He's president elect, but whatever, semantics, I guess. But it's obviously like putting his name on the app for 100 million people is definitely going to catch the eyes of our dear leader, and his ego. So they went offline for basically like, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe 12 hours,
Yeah.
and then it came back on later on the day on Sunday, and
So
it
yeah,
said, "Thanks to President Trump, we're back."
yeah, it says thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump, this is on Sunday, so he wasn't even president yet. As the result of President Trump's effort, TikTok is back in the U.S. You can continue to create, share, and discover all the things you love on TikTok. The only catch is that it's still illegal for TikTok to be like not on your phone. You can still have it on your phones, but carriers aren't supposed to have the app in their store. So right now, you can't go to any of the app stores to download it. Like even if the only way you can have it if it was already on your phones, but you can't. I mean, you can if you have an Android phone, you can probably download it from like the TikTok site because Androids have open or they allow third-party apps to be installed. I'm not sure about Apple phones, but yeah. So if you deleted the app because you thought like TikTok was gone, you can't download it again unless you have an Android phone, most likely. But yeah, it's not in the App Store. They got
Yeah, Jesus. Oh,
CapCut isn't was another ByteDance app that was also removed during the, the blackout.
so let me just read you what it says. I looked it up on. I went to the Android App Store. What do they call it? Just the
The
fucking
Play Store.
Google Play Store. There we go. Looking for TikTok? Downloads for this app are paused due to current U.S. legal requirements.
See?
So yeah, it's still on my phone, but I hardly ever use it. But all right, so y'all have heard me kind of rant about the whole TikTok ban and how I think it's stupid, blah 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 blah. However, it is a ban that was, first of all, it went through the House and the Senate, and then it went through the Supreme Court. So it went through two different branches of government. All right. Why the president can sign an executive order and make it suddenly legal now should be incredibly troubling for everybody on this fucking, well, at least in America. Like, we have separation of all these branches for a reason. You can't have one branch override the two others on a whim. This is kind of ridiculous. I don't think, like, again, I don't think the ban should be there to begin with.
Yeah.
But you can't have somebody just bypassing two different, you know, branches of government just because he wants to. Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's the other kind of lie that this message has says because Donald Trump didn't save TikTok. TikTok is still banned. He only got them a 75-day extension for them to sell to an American entity. So it's either ByteDance either let go of American citizens from their app, or they sell to US basically.
And again, I'll bring it up. American viewership is, or usership is 1% of
Yeah,
their.
because
I think it's like 1 billion people, right? Use the app.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know in America there's only like 150 million people use it.
That's 1%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not a huge loss for TikTok. It's more of a huge loss for American citizens that use the app and actually get paid off it. There's a lot of people on there that's like their fucking day job. So.
Like a lot, it definitely changed life for a lot of content creators. And something that I think I mentioned on the podcast last week, but all of this is because of Donald Trump. Like he's the one that he wanted to sign I think he did an executive order to ban TikTok. Or he put out some kind of he put out something, and that kind of started the ball rolling with the TikTok being banned. And it's all stemmed from TikTok trolling him. Like people are fake RSVPing to his rally at I can't remember. His rally was somewhere that something tragic happened, and he was there on the anniversary of it, and people were not happy about him being there. And like, yeah, people on TikTok were fake RSVPing to the event, and like when it came down to the event, like I think like 1/4 of the audience was there, and I think that really pissed Trump off, and that's when he started like wanting to ban TikTok. And they use the excuse that like China's stealing your information, but like all these tech companies are leaking our information, selling our information. Got Apple spying on you, and there's a lawsuit for that going on right now. So it's like America's doing the same thing. I guess they just don't want China with all the high tech cool shit. God damn, Red Note's so fucking dope.
Yeah, but I mean, but RedNote is also very restrictive. Like that, none of these apps are
Oh
like
yeah,
unrestrictive.
yeah,
That's why I think you see, Mark Zuckerberg talking about how he wants to go to like different content moderation. He wants to make Facebook seem of a more free alternative to, TikTok and Zhao Hung Shu, and some of these other apps. I say arigato like you said arigato. I understand that's Japanese and what I just said was in Chinese or Mandarin,
yeah.
but whatever.
How do you say thank you in Chinese? Is it ni hao? No,
No,
that's
that's
like
hello. I don't know how to say thank you in Cantonese or Mandarin. So yeah,
it's shishini. I think it's
shishi.
shishini.
Is it? I don't know.
I think I'm just thinking of Chris Rock. I mean, this is kind of a
You're
dumb
thinking
thing
of
to think,
Rush
but I'm thinking
Hour.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, that's if you go back and watch that, that shit is hella racist.
Hell, oh my god.
So racist.
Oh my god. How to say hi
Oh,
in Chinese?
is it
But
shishini?
I'm trying to see. Oh no, I said hi. I meant to say thank you. Oops. I was gonna say for Redbook, like yeah, their content is definitely censored. Like I'm not sure if you talked to Elon Musk's salute that he did, but
Yes, I did. Yeah.
yeah, those videos get pulled off of there. I'll be like watching the video and then like leave and then come back. Because one of the interesting thing about Redbook is that like when you leave the app and you come back, it keeps you where you were. Like it doesn't refresh to like the newest video, which I think it's cool because a lot of times I'm like focused on something I want to go back. But yeah,
That is kind
I
of
just
cool.
that's kind of cool for them to do that. Let's see. How do you say thank you in Chinese? It's 谢谢. That's it.
All right.
谢谢. In Chinese simplified. What's complicated? Is it complicated?
Is there a
No.
complicated version? Yeah, it's 35 characters long.
But yeah, oh god. So like I'm on Redbook right now, or the little Red Book, or I can't remember what it's called in Chinese. Uh but dude, the every time I'm scrolling, the algorithm on that app is really good. It's up there with TikTok, and actually TikTok is actually a copy of Redbook. I think that's how it goes. Or did Redbook copy TikTok?
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
it was
remember.
definitely you're at the right way.
Yeah, but yeah, their algorithm is really good because like the cars in China are like next fucking level.
Yeah,
Like
BYD and Neo. Yeah, they're really
yeah,
good.
they're and there's and also the one that's also a phone company. The company company that makes like phones out there. It's like
Oh,
Huen,
is
something
it
like that.
Hisense?
Yeah, something like that. But
Yeah,
like
I know
right
what you're
now,
talking about.
yeah, they make cars too. like,
Yeah.
but like their cars is what I would think an electric car would look like. Like they're so like futuristic looking. Like they're all
Let's
space
be. Hold on,
age.
we got to be fair though. Some of them are clear fucking knockoffs. So
Oh yeah,
clear
definitely.
knockoffs.
There's definitely a company that looks that they're just Teslas. They're
Yeah,
just
and they have one that looks like a Taycan. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they definitely do. Some of them are knockoffs. Some are originals those, but
yeah,
yeah, like the stuff they show. But like the algorithm is so good. Like I was telling the sweetness about because she's always talked about getting her a motorcycle license. I was like, oh, you should check out this girl I follow on down follower. She shows up in my feed,
mm-hmm.
and she's like this little petite girl, and she like rides like a full on like actually she rides a Kawasaki Ninja,
Oh, nice.
which I was like, yo, that's dope. But like she is doing tricks on it, like she's like side saddling it and like doing burnouts, like kind of doing like a solemn where she's going like left and right
Yeah,
as she's like skating out the bike. She like turns around, like pops a wheelie and just like rides. And she looks like she's probably like 110 pounds. Like
yeah.
she's very petite.
I kind of want to get like a shittier bike just so I can do stuff like that because I'm not gonna do that with my BMW or my VFR for that matter. But
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be fun to like. Actually, I really want to get like a little pocket bike, like one of those Groms. You ever seen those?
Oh, yeah. People ride them over here all the time. They're like the little like scooter bikes, right? Or
It's
am I
it's like
thinking something else?
it's a normal bike, but it's just like they're like $1,000. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Did you talk about I know we touched on Zuck changing like some out of the algorithm on Facebook, but did you talk about how he started banning or not? I guess they started filtering out like if you were to search for like hashtag Democrats or hashtag um like right wing or left wing or something like that, but all of that content when you would search for it was getting blocked. Like you couldn't find it at all. And like I think a lot of people in different countries were experiencing this, but yeah, like they were really filtering out information, and they eventually said they fixed it, but they said it was a glitch. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, come
Yeah.
on,
I
get out of
mean,
here.
listen, I'm not. I'm not. Listen, all right. Just to like tell the score here, Facebook is a knockoff of MySpace.
That's true.
Instagram is kind of a knockoff of what was it? Was it Snapchat? There was another one that was like a. What was the other Instagram before? There was another Instagram that was like.
Well,
Well, he
Facebook
just bought.
purchased
They bought
Instagram.
Instagram. That's right.
Yeah,
They just bought Instagram,
yeah.
and
Instagram is
then
a copy of Instagram.
and they had Snapchat was basically Reels. Then you had
Hmm.
then they knocked off even further with the even shorter Reels like TikTok. Then they knocked off the what was the thing that where you chopped up the videos that they use for TikTok? What was it called? The clip maker
Uh,
thing.
CapCut. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
So now Facebook or Meta, they're doing a thing like CapCut for Facebook and Instagram. You know, it's like they don't have a whole lot of like
And
really
also,
authentically new ideas.
yeah. Then also they have Threads, which is a knockoff of X or Twitter. I
Yeah,
think I said
yeah,
X
which is
first.
kind of terrible because like it's weird using Threads because you'll be on Instagram and you'll click something and it dumps you into Threads and you're just like, how the fuck did I get here? Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to go here.
That- Where I don't have Threads, and like a thread thing will come up, and I'll click on it, and like it won't let me see it until like download or add or create a thread account. However, the workaround is if you copy the user's name, you can Google search it and it take it to the web page, so you can see it that way.
It's so weird. So yeah, I mean, and obviously, you know, Meta has done some idea. You know, they got on VR with the the Meta Quest and all that stuff. But even then, like before that, we already had the Valve Index and the what was the ones we had?
We
The
have the
headsets.
HTC Vive.
The Vive. We had the Vive. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, you know, there's like now they got the AR stuff, but the AR stuff is stuff that I saw from literally fucking almost 10 years ago. You
Yeah.
know, like I've been talking on this podcast for like the longest time. Well, I thought AR was going to be the way to go besides VR because I thought it was more accessible to more people. And we saw. Remember that when we went to SVVR, we saw
Hmm.
amazing AR back then. I'm like, when is this shit coming out? And now
Hmm.
it's finally coming out. You know?
Yeah, because I know Facebook purchased Oculus, like they
Yeah,
took that over and they changed the name to the Quest.
yeah. Again, like,
So,
where's the new ideas?
but I mean, yeah, even with like the AI, because that's just ChatGPT.
And even
Like,
AI, it's like that's AI is not it's not really AI. Like you know what pisses me off now is that I see a lot of video games that are touting their AI. No, bitch, they're still just the CPU. Like you're just playing against the computer. There's nothing AI about it. I know that Nvidia, one of the things that they were talking about, I think I talked about it last week, was they had actually no, I don't think I did. One of the
I know
things
we talked.
that people
Oh, go
kind of
ahead. Sorry.
missed was the AI bosses. Did I talk about that?
I don't think so.
So they have in some of the games they're going to have AI bosses where it's going to be almost impossible to beat the boss the same way twice, which holy Skynet, but that's going to make for an incredibly difficult boss going down the line, you know what I mean? Basically it'll become an unbeatable boss eventually. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's you're basing. They're creating Ultron.
Yeah.
They're making Ultron in cyberspace. So eventually, it's gonna or what is it? Tron. That's what I'm thinking of. With like the master computer. Eventually, it's
Yeah.
gonna get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my Nvidia stock's
Well,
going up, so you know, how can I complain?
yeah.
Shit's doing great.
Well, it's yeah. I was gonna say like they should focus on fixing the game first before trying to create an unbeatable boss. Like
Yeah,
games should be ready from day one.
well, you know, there's a problem that I have, I think, with like some Unreal Engine games where they look really good, but then there's like this weird like screen door effect with hair. I don't know if you noticed this.
Oh yeah,
It's
I know
really
something about.
weird. I don't see enough people like complaining about this, but listen, if you can't do hair right, then just, you know, stop making it look too realistic, but then putting in that weird screen door effect thing. It looks fucking stupid. And a lot of games do that. And I just kind of let it go, but it's really annoying. Um,
Yeah, I know with like with what's it? I have the sword. Uh, Horizon Zero Dawn, like that. A lot of the effects for her hair was pretty cool, but
yeah,
other games it can be kind of like
yeah. It's like
it,
it's weird. God of War didn't have a
But
problem with hair. Amy is bald, so I'm just saying.
yeah,
If you can't do hair right, just make him bald.
yeah, right. Or I guess they can just give them braid to make it look bad because they do that bad too with black folks.
Yeah, well, I
I know
mean,
we touched on it a little bit with the whole Killmonger hair. That's a lot
yeah,
of games go to.
it's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. There was something I wanted to talk about. Did you? You already talked about the Elon thing, right? Did you talk about the Carrie Underwood or like the Snoop Dogg
No,
and
you can talk about
Nelly
it. Go
stuff?
ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, like so for the inauguration, they got Carrie Underwood to perform "America the Beautiful," and Snoop Dogg and Nelly went to do the. They did inauguration, but I think the opening party or something like that. But yeah, everybody, all of them were getting hate. Like people were protesting them doing it. Like a lot of their fans were like, "Hey, how could you do this?" But some of them are getting there, or they basically fucking around and find out because Carrie Underwood. First of all, I think it's been it's like a couple of presidency terms where they had the inauguration indoors,
Yeah.
and mainly the reason because of that because it was too cold for Trump to be outside,
Well,
or he probably would.
and probably people too. I mean, it was legit cold in DC. I mean, it's fucking snowing in Pensacola.
Yeah. But I mean, I think they had said like other presidency, like it was like 28 degrees. I think for Reagan, it was like in the tens or something like that. Like it was cold, but they still had it outside.
No, in Reagan, that was the last time it was inside.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for her, she thought she was gonna have this grand stage with like millions of people watching her, but she was in a little room with like I think like 100 people or so, and the sound went out. Like the music that was supposed to be playing didn't work for her, and like she wasn't even on the stage. Like there was no platform that would like raise her up so she's a little bit higher than the crowd. She was at the same level as the crowd. And
Wow.
so like, and she wasn't even standing like in the center where like the podium was. She was like off to the right or to the left of the stage, and it was very awkward. So she had to
Bro.
sing the entire thing a cappella like style.
They put her in conference room A,
Yeah,
and
basically.
and afterwards she had McDonald's in the green room.
Yeah, basically that's probably what happened. But yeah, she was kind of upset about that. But I was like, hey, that's that presidency for you.
Yeah,
Like, what
I
do you
mean,
expect?
this is what you asked for. So
Yeah,
and you saw all the stuff that he's been doing. It's just like I'm honestly worried about my VA benefits now because that's on chopping block, and that's if he starts chopping off VA benefits, this is how you get a bonus army. So yeah, I mean seriously, people are going to be pissed. People are going to be um, homeless first of all because a lot of people they depend on their benefits that they earned. This is not something that was just like gifted to them. They earned this. We have serious. If you want to know about, I have a lot of very fucking serious injuries. I mean, I get around okay, but a lot of shit's fucked up. From the Marine Corps, and a lot of people are worse off than I am, and they need those benefits to survive because we signed up our body for this country, and a lot of us got injured. And the deal is if we get injured, that the military and the U.S. government would take care of us if we got injured. That's the deal. And if you break that deal, these are probably the last people that you want to break a deal with. I'll just put it that way. So good luck.
And then he also did like a bunch of pardons. Like he pardoned the January 6th people.
Yeah, pretty much all of them, which including Enrique Tarrio and the leader, who is the leader or one of the people of the Proud Boys, and also the leader of like the Oath Keepers. They're both doing like almost 20. I think Enrique Tarrio was going to do 22 years. The other guy's going to do 18 years for sedition, which is that's back in the day that was death. He pardoned them both, which is crazy. It's basically like this is why I said this guy is going to be the modern day Andrew Johnson, who was the guy who was the president after Lincoln got shot, and he's the guy that pretty much started us on this path of like not fixing anything and just leaving, traitorous pieces of shit and giving them a pass. He did the same thing after the Civil War happened, and he basically gave all the land back to the slave owners, took them away from former enslaved people, and didn't give any help to the people, the formerly enslaved people, and then create a whole bunch of laws to put them in jail to basically become slaves again. And he let the people that literally were treasonous to our country not have a single goddamn consequence. And this is why we're here now, because
Yeah.
these people had no consequences. They continue to go out and terrorize communities, burn towns, destroy shit, continue the racist bullshit, and all those people had kids. And here we go again with these people that do a bunch of treasonous shit, killed people. You know, officers died and got seriously injured during that day, and now they just want to pretend that it was a day of peace. Meanwhile, people got. We all saw it. We all
Yeah.
saw it. It was live on TV, and they're just gonna get away with it. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and I think the police union who supported Trump are pissed off about this because it sends a negative precedent saying like, hey, it's okay if you kill a police officer, you can get away with it, basically. But like, yeah,
Only if
they're
you're the,
they're
only if
upset
you're the
about
right
it.
kind of only if you're the right kind
Yeah,
of person.
yeah, right
You
color
know,
shade.
it's like if you look at your palm and you turn your hand over and there's no change there, you're probably okay.
That's a good one. uh, but yeah, it's just it's insane that these people are walking away scot free because like they killed people, they committed treason, and he decides to call them saying they were hostages, that they were in jail as hostages. It's like, dude, they committed a crime. Like,
Serious. It wasn't like they were smoking weed.
no, they weren't jaywalking. They weren't, driving their car with expired registration,
Yeah.
getting pulled over for that.
They stormed the
No, they were
Capitol, pissed and shit in the hallowed halls of Congress, destroyed a bunch of stuff, stole a bunch of stuff, killed a person,
did
injured a bunch of
doo-doo on someone's
people.
thing.
Yeah, it's like, I guess that's okay now. This is America. That's why I said, 76 million suspects. These people are, I can't trust those people, man. I can't.
Yeah, it's crazy. We got like I don't know how many days we have left, but there's a lot until this
Yeah.
to next term or next presidency. But he might, I don't know. I mean, we can't impeach him because he's been impeached twice and still was in office. So I don't even know how that worked.
Well, he has to get impeached, but so the problem is you can't really impeach. Well, you can, but it's incredibly hard, especially with the way that partisan. Let me just explain the way impeachment normally works.
Go for it.
So if you're gonna, impeach a president, it has to go through Congress. So what happened last time, both times this happened, which is why I didn't want him to get impeached because it was kind of worthless. Same thing that happened with Clinton. He got impeached too. So basically, at the time, the House was a Democratic House, but the Senate was Republican. So he got impeached by the House, but he didn't get impeached by the Senate because the Senate was Republican controlled. So yes, he was impeached, but he wasn't impeached by both by both what do you call it? Both sides of Congress.
Houses?
Yeah, well, you can't say both houses because it's the House of Representatives and the Senate that creates
Gotcha.
Congress.
Gotcha.
That's why he got technically impeached, but he couldn't get removed from office, is because he didn't get impeached by both the House and the Senate. And so this time he controls both the House, or he doesn't control, basically he does. The Republicans control both the House and the Senate, and arguably the Supreme Court and the presidency. So there'd be like no fucking way that he'd get impeached unless he did something that's like literally fucking crazy. But he's already done things to me that's been literally fucking crazy. I think if he would have to literally shoot somebody on live TV. I think that'd be basically it. I mean, he's already been convicted of sexually assaulting someone. He's been convicted of fraud with no consequences, and he has a bunch of other things that he's up for, but he has no consequences. This is just it's
Plus,
amazing.
like, yeah, a lot of charges were dropped too because of him becoming president. Like how he stole documents and he had them like at Mar-a-Lago, is that what it's called?
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah,
Yeah,
that got dropped. Yeah.
yeah. I'm glad New York. Was it New York that kept it, right? That sealed his fate as being a convicted felon.
Yeah, but it was like no consequences though, and he's still fighting it. There's no literally no penalty of any sort. He's not going to see jail time, no fines, no nothing.
Yeah.
At least with E. Jean Carroll, he has to pay her millions of dollars. You know what I mean? But everything else is just like there's no consequences.
She's the only one that got her come up.
Yeah. But whatever. All I can say is I hope that they're that another candidate comes up in the next 4 years that is substantive, that brings our country more aligned to where we should be. Because I don't know if y'all saw, if you paid attention to any sort of politics during the last election, is that there was like 86 million registered voters that didn't fucking vote. So that's a lot of
Yeah.
people. That just shows how disconnected our current government is with
Like,
like the actual people.
yeah, it's a little bit more than 1/3 didn't actually voted because it was like 70 million popular vote went to Trump, and like I
Yeah,
think it was like
76 million. I think it was 76. Let me see, because they were still counting for a long time. It
yeah.
actually
I
takes a
know
real long time to count.
I know Kamala, she had at least 70 million, but I think Trump just had like a couple of more millions more than her. But if you take those 80 million who didn't vote, that's like 1/3 of the vote, a little bit more higher than a little bit more than 1/3 of the vote.
Yeah, hold on. Where's the trying to pull up like the actual poll again? Nope, can't do it. Oh, yeah, Riley.
There it goes. Let's see.
Oh, hold on. What?
So I'll look it up real quick.
A two? I don't know.
Polls.
A two.
Oh man, they're not even coming up anymore. I guess you gotta look up results.
A two?
How come the?
No.
I guess election result.
Okay. I don't know what you mean.
2024 election results.
Is your filter full? Okay. Just leave it on if you need to.
Dang, it's not even coming up anymore. You know how when you Google search everything and it has like the numbers and stuff, like that's what I was trying to look for. But so yeah, Trump had electoral votes.
All right. How many was it?
I'm trying to find it. It's like not easily available anymore.
Yeah, it used to be like really easy to like pull up.
Yeah, because like when you would Google it, you would just get it.
Oh, here we go. Popular. Okay, so it was 77 million. So he got 77 million votes, and then she got 75 million votes. So it's 77 million suspect people out there.
Yeah.
So,
But if 5 million of those, I guess maybe even more, because some probably would have voted the other side. But yeah, it could have been vote could have been swayed another way.
yeah. A lot of people were like just didn't vote. I voted. I just didn't vote for either of them. So
Yeah.
because they were terrible.
Terrible.
Wow, the turnout was down. Yeah, only 63% of people voted. 63,
Wow.
and that's down almost 3%. That's crazy.
There's hmm. You know, talk about next.
We don't have to keep it. We don't have to keep it running forever. So it's
Yeah,
okay if
I know
we
there's.
cut it short.
I felt like there's something I wanted to talk about, but I totally forgot. Um. Yeah, well, you got to, man. You guys got to get on that Demon Slayer. It gets so good.
I'll try. Oh, did you watch Sakamoto Days?
No, what's that one?
It's the one about the assassin that turns like kind of older and fat, and he has a family.
Oh yeah. I did watch that. I watched the first episode.
Yeah, I watched
Dude,
the
you
first
watch it?
two. Yeah, I watched the first two.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. I knew there was something I watched that was like, yeah, that show is gonna be hilarious. Basically, there's an assassin who basically falls in love and decides to basically retire and start a family, and he goes from like number one assassin to like a fat guy who owns a supermarket. Like it's
Yeah.
really funny. But yeah, his skills aren't dampered though. Because it's almost like it made me think of John Wick a little bit. How like as an assassin you can't really retire. Like you have to be like taken out or whatever. But yeah, there's like a kid that used to be. It's like his sidekick, right?
There's his old sidekick that is also a psychic assassin.
Yeah. So he like tries to kill him, and it's fucking crazy what happens. Like this, like he shoots him with a bullet, and he somehow deflects it with a bubble gum, or the bubble gum, or like a popsicle or something.
Yeah, I think it was a what do they call it? Like a ball,
Jawbreaker or something like that.
a gumball.
Yeah. He deflects with a gumball, and then like he's like taking out this assassin guy like using like random things inside of his his little convenience store. This
Yeah,
is really fucking funny.
he's literally catching bullets with chopsticks.
Yeah,
Yeah, multiple bullets with chopsticks.
but
It's
like
pretty crazy.
they show scenes of him as like doing the assassin things, and he was taking like a page out of like John Wick. Like he was like double tapping fools, which was cool.
Yeah,
But
it's go ahead.
it's on Netflix. Was it on Netflix or Crunchyroll?
I believe it was Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I
Yeah.
watched it on. I think it was the Netflix exclusive. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely
It's so
it's
good so
funny.
far.
Yeah, it's funny. The action's really good. It's just because like when he gets fat, he can't kill anybody. So it's pretty funny to like see him
But
like complain about his body, but like, oh, I pulled muscle on my back. Yeah.
yeah. It's cool too because like his wife, I guess she knows that he was an assassin, and so like she kind of plays a little bit of a role. Plus, they have a daughter together too, which is funny.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
I'm waiting for more episodes to drop because only one dropped, right? Or is
no,
there more?
there's two. I think they come out on Saturdays. So yeah, give it a chance. They're 30-minute long episodes. There's only 2 episodes in, so if you want to start an anime, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a long one. So check it out. It's funny. It's pretty action packed.
What what's oh shit? I was gonna say. Um, is that a new thing for Netflix to start doing to?
Oh, your audio went out. I can't hear you at all. Your microphone went out, Danny. Oh shit, blue. No, I cannot hear you. Oh, wrong button. And talk again. Nope, it's not even coming through on my headphones. Like it's not showing up as an input, and I'm pretty sure other things are. So, yeah. I don't know what he was going to ask. I think he was going to ask if it's a new thing for Netflix to have anime, and the answer is no. They actually have a whole bunch of anime. You got it fixed? Oh, waiting. You're still waiting. Okay. So yeah, Netflix has a whole anime department. They have a bunch from like Knights of Sidonia to what was that? Baki the Grappler. Shit. Avatar. Not well, sort of Avatar. Oh, I think I had you. Talk again. Blue.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, did you hear me at all?
Not before. I can hear you now.
This is weird. My stuff is all crazy right now.
Yeah, it just totally dropped. Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah, that's another one. They've got a whole bunch. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Good.
can hear my headphones.
So what were you gonna say about Netflix? What was new for them? Oh, take his headphones off though. Now he can't hear me. What were you gonna say about Netflix? Something was new for them?
Oh yeah, I was saying how like for Netflix, is it new for them to start releasing their shows weekly?
So actually, sort of yes. They've been taking a step back to doing weekly drops instead of just binging. So I think they realize that they have so much content, and you see it now, especially with because they're doing live shows now. So they have WWE Raw, they have some football stuff, and they had episodic stuff with David Chang. I think it was David Chang. He had a cooking show that was episodic, and yeah, I mean it works. Like I said, there's some shows that it works better, in my opinion, to have things weekly.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like binging is fun, but you can always just binge when everything's finished. But I think you get more hype when things are episodic because like every week it's like, oh, it's like Game of Thrones. Like I would not want to really binge Game of Thrones. Like you're kind of losing out on like this whole zeitgeist thing. Like the Red Wedding when that shit happened, it was amazing. But if they just dropped all of it at once, then not everybody would be on the same page of like how amazing that one episode was if it was just jumbled in like the middle of a binge watching season. So yeah.
Plus, with something like that, like the media will most likely spoil it.
Yeah, especially now. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up. You wanna?
All right. So what you got going on, man, this weekend?
Oh shit! What do I have? Happy late birthday to my mom. My mom's birthday was last Sunday, so we went to go see her. This weekend, shit. What am I doing? I don't have anything planned. I know right now work is really busy, and like I'm still planning some to do some traveling down there to SoCal. Hopefully, it's still there with the wildfires
Jesus,
going on,
yeah.
which is kind of crazy that like you don't really see anybody talking about it because of the whole Trump situation that's going on, and Elon Musk is saluting. But yeah, I'm trying to think what I'm doing this weekend. I'll probably go to the library with my son because we have library books we need to return.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's about it for me. How about you?
For me, I'm going to make another step in my life. Hopefully, in the next couple of days. So it'll be nice. Maybe I'll talk about it next week. I don't know. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will actually do some new stuff over the next couple of days, which should be fun. Besides just jujitsu, I mean, somebody was asking me like how do I get my brown belt or whatever. I was just like, I don't have anything else to do. I do jujitsu a lot because I have nobody else to like really spend time with. So when my daughter's not here, I go do jujitsu and work out and maybe go out to like lunch or something by myself and like read a book or some shit. Trying to change that though, so hopefully that'll change soon. So yeah, that's this weekend. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna work on this hopefully sometime soon. Maybe on Saturday I'll paint some more of this office and then like put some more stuff up. Because I organized my actual room, which was nice because it was just kind of a mess. Yeah, not that my house is a mess or anything, but certain rooms are kind of a mess. Yeah, that's all I got. Hey, everybody, just keep in good spirits. You know, do the best you can with what you got, and if you can help somebody out, help them out. That'll at least you can in your personal life you can bring some extra value and help in these pretty fucking dark times. So, Blue,
Yeah, it's gonna get pretty dark.
yeah, take us out of here.
All right, you just experienced the Dang It podcast on the internet. Black and Black times infinity. I wait, infinity. You can find us on the web at www.benhabproductions.com/bwti.
It's actually benhabproductions.com. I'm sorry, benhabproductions.squarespace.com right now.
Oh,
/
okay.
BTI. So I'm gonna try to get
We-
the whole just like the Squarespace part out of it, but I have to like figure that out again.
Oh, okay, cool. You can Google us you can find us. You can type in BWTI or look us up at Black and Black Times Infinity. We're on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. We go live every Wednesday at 8:30ish CP time.
Yeah.
Definitely come check us out. Where else are we on? We're on not SoundCloud. Yeah, we're on SoundCloud. That's where our content gets posted up.
Yes.
And it gets streamed. It gets
our distributor.
RS. Yeah, it gets sent off to all the different places. You can find us on iTunes or I think it's Apple Podcast now. I always forget. They keep changing their names. But yeah, definitely come check us out. We have a Discord server. Hit us up in an email. We can add you to it at bthenbti@gmail.com. And yeah, we like to talk to our fans in there. So come definitely check us out.
This
and
is our
that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is our 10th year podcasting, which is kind of weird. But yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to Kronos for splitting these episodes and posting them up as what are they called on YouTube? They're not reels, but shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing really well. You can find like little shorts of what we talked about on the podcast for that easily digesting.
Yeah, I'm putting some on Instagram now too. Maybe I'll put it on Zhang Hao Shu and
yeah,
TikTok sometime because I mean that's what they're fucking made for. So yeah,
for reals. All right, with that, we're out of here.
Peace.
Later.
Gotta press other buttons. Hold on.